you'd figure out pretty quickly that it's actually you're more excited by the prospect and the potential and the attention rather than us as a fit. And so I'm also asking what activities cloud the judgment early on, because you can very quickly, and this is my personal opinion, right? I like to be friends. I like to get to know someone. Also, see who they hang out with. Like, you can learn so much. Yeah, yes, you should go on a date if you want to get to know someone, but you can also learn so much from being around people based on, like, if you have a friend group, right? See, like, I mean, that, I guess this works if you're in mutual friend groups, but you can learn a lot, right? And then how do you have conversations and just get to know them at a friendly level? Because I will say, I think some people, cuddling can even be a crutch where it turns into, I'm stressed, I'm going to kick the can down the road. I don't know if this is marriage material, but I'm going to cuddle and watch Netflix, right? And that's something that I'm working through, because that's like, I know there are days I'm like, it would just be so fun to sit on the couch and just watch a movie and cuddle with someone, right? But is that going to help for both of us further the goal of like, hey, are we a fit for whatever we want to do for the kingdom?
But I would argue that's a piece of the pie. If you cannot relax with somebody, I remember in my dating journey, I dated this guy and he was a world beater. He was a world beater. He was type A, just ready to go. Boom, 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 boom. He was like, all right, I'm going to do, 50 push-ups right now. And then this. And I loved that when we were dating, and we would have dates that would last so long. They would last hours and hours and hours. And I remember being like, oh my gosh, this man, he's whoa. And then
what does that mean? Like in a good whoa?
No, in a great way, because I was so blown away, because I was like, we're dating, we're learning about each other, we're talking. But then we went away together. It was a very like PG, like
plot
really
twist.
good.
Okay, here we go.
It was a really PG trip. It wasn't anything nefarious. And I realized that this, bless his soul, he did not have an off button. And I have a dimmer. I have a dimmer. I am very bubbly when I'm Alessandra Conti. Like right now, I'm Alessandra Conti with laryngitis. So like, I'm very I'm very blah, 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 blah. But like when I'm relaxing, when I'm Allie, when I'm Alessandra, I'm just very like enjoying life. But this man was operating here all the time. So I learned for me in real time that the cuddling part, like, can I relax with somebody? Can I just sit on the couch with them? We don't have to be talking about, about throw and, scripture and this 24/7. I burn out. Well, whatever.
Amazing.
Thorough,
Dude,
whatever.
Invite this guy on the show.
You guys, I'm sorry.
He went to the woods
is
to
he
live
married,
deliberately.
Alessandra?
He is.
Oh my goodness.
This man is now.
He's
this
married.
man is now happily married. He
So
is
he
a
found
wonderful.
his- he found his-
We can hang out with Franco and I. We don't have a lot going on.
Yeah, exactly.
Listen, he found his Energizer bunny, but I am not an Energizer bunny.
It wasn't
Okay,
meant to be.
wait.
So I
was
think
Do you think wait, go ahead, Lila.
no, you go.
Ladies
I want to
first.
hear what you're
Please,
gonna.
ladies first.
I want to hear what you're gonna ask.
Okay,
You go.
two things.
Yes.
I think what me and Ryan are trying to get at is that maybe like not that you can't relax with someone, but like when do you think it would be appropriate to kind of give up some like physical affection prior to marriage for the sake of the other? And B, do you think you might have associated cuddling with relaxing all the time?
Well, I definitely think I really enjoy cuddling, and I think it's very
Who doesn't? I'm
relaxing.
very-
Doesn't.
We're all-
Everyone
This
loves
is
cuddling.
no, I
Not
want to
that
be clear.
guy,
We're all
not that
pro.
guy.
He didn't like cuddling,
No,
and that's
I
a
love-
big
yeah.
portion of what I
No,
enjoy
so you're hitting
in a
that.
partner.
Do you enjoy that, right?
Yeah.
What I'm talking about is a
Yeah.
context where we both
You
enjoy
both
cuddling.
enjoy doing
But
it.
you know what? Instead of actually having difficult conversations about what we want or where we want to go,
Yeah.
I'm like, no, tonight I just want to cuddle. And for
Yeah.
me, it's actually not a huge difference in my head between that and kissing, because
Yeah.
one is basically saying I'm going to trade physical affection for punting, which is again, it's phenomenal in the right context. But if you're like on the fence with someone
Yeah.
and you're not sure and you start cuddling, that can I think you could end up in a situation where it's happened to me where I'm just like, oh, I just really enjoy having someone here and there and not actually.
I'm going to throw
No,
in a
that's-
Gen Z
that's-
female perspective. Not for me, obviously, because I'm not Gen Z female, but
You
I
look
am.
so Gen Z.
Yeah, it
You-
really
yeah,
got your
yeah,
Gen Z.
yeah,
This is
yeah.
really
My
shocking.
sister. This is my sister talking. Now I'm going to speak for you. Thanks, sis. Love you, sis. Okay. She just got engaged to be married, but she dated like a bajillion guys. She's 25 now.
It's a
She's got
family
kids.
thing. You both have dated a bajillion guys. Okay, wow. I'm learning something here. Wow.
All right. Anyways, no, but let me
I
just
guess
say.
every rose does have its thorn.
No, not like that. Not in a bad way. She just went on a lot of dates. Okay, it's not like she had a chase way. So
of
anyway,
course,
so she was.
which we promote.
We promote chase dating around this podcast. But anyway, but what she had this realization that she'd like fall hard and fast for these guys. They fall hard and fast for her. They'd be like dating, and like every 3 months, it's like, I met the guy I'm going to marry. I'm like, sis, I have heard that 5 times. Like, really? I'm sorry to out you. I maybe she'll make me take this out. We're going to do this. So what she did is she went on a dating fast because dating for her was way too much cuddling. And they were just cuddle buddies instead of like real world, are we going to be a good fit and getting to know each other? And because she's a cuddly person and she loves cuddles, right? She literally growing up to tickle me. And you're like as a little girl, you like tickle her. So some people are very physically affectionate. That's important as a love language. It sounds like you're a cuddle bug, which I love. Everyone likes cuddles to some degree or another. But there is some truth to, is this relationship like a cuddle bug sesh?
Is it dependent on the physical?
Or is this relationship maybe have that element, but it's oriented towards discernment, towards marriage? And so what she ended up doing is doing a dating fast, becoming very good friends, strictly friends with this gentleman, this young man. They would go swing dancing with their group of friends. They would like do all the fun things that I guess Gen Zers do today. I don't know. What do you guys do for fun? Anyways, they would do those things. And then when the dating fast was towards the end, she was already caught feelings for this gentleman. He like loved her already. They were just, but there was no cuddling. There was no kissing. Yeah. And then bam, they're like, okay, I think this is it. And then within a short order, they were engaged.
And by the way, it's not like I don't think Ryan and I are saying like we're like anti-physical touch.
No, you're not saying that. I know that.
I think what we're trying to say is that like
not at all.
Because obviously in a marital bond, you have a lot of physicality in it, right? But before that, it's like, do you need, like, is it an absolute necessity to have that? Because it's like, I can see a woman who's attractive, she's fit, she's bonding with me, our souls are connected.
Like, I would cuddle that.
It's like, yeah, exactly. It's like I don't think there's like, I'm like, there's not really much issue. I'm like, yeah, I don't need to know if I'd be great at kissing her when I'm like, I'm attracted to her, my soul is attracted to her. I think God's calling us to marriage. Why do I have to do it now when I could wait later?
All right, so let's take a poll: to cuddle or to not
to cuddle or
not to cuddle. On this, we're all pro. We are so pro cuddling.
All pro cuddling.
It's more, again, I would just say there are circumstances where you go, okay, is this asking yourself constantly, like, is this a crutch to where I'm kicking the can down the road? Because my own personal experience, my biggest like regrets in dating are there were people I was with that are so amazing, and I like, oh my gosh, like would have been amazing partners, but I knew probably earlier on were not right for me, and I just kept in it, and for many reasons, right? And I think, but part of that was I do think things like cuddling and stuff can, because I remember even having the dialogue, like I don't want to have that conversation tonight, right? I know we need to like do a check-in. It's been it's been 6 weeks or whatever. Like, hey, is this like, are we dating? Is this like, is there potential? And I would say, and this is maybe a little hot take, but I think, it takes time to get to know some. But I think pretty early on, especially for Christian dating, right? Because Christian dating introduces a very important variable, right? Which is like, you can't interpret the scriptures. I don't think any other, I may be wrong here, but I'm like, I just don't see, based on a reading of like Paul and everything, that, you can't, if the number one commandment that God gives, right, is like, hey, to love the Lord with all your heart, mind, soul, and strength, right? If that's the number one thing, you can't really build something with someone if that's not a goal of theirs too. You can't go after the number one thing if that's not their number one thing too. So you can quickly, I think, meet people and go for a Christian and go, oh, this is something that is either on the radar or not. And then over time you can flesh out like the more like compatibility stuff. But like early on, I'm like, you can learn 80-20 really quickly.
I love that.
Yeah. And any
final thoughts?
Yeah.
Do a round of final thoughts.
I think men